What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. Got a lot of boxing news, a lot of fights getting announced in the last 2 days, so March is getting started with a bang. There's a lot of fights that are getting announced, and this is the biggest fight so far that has got announced for the year 2021. We're going to finally find out who's the top dog at 140 pounds, as we're going to have an undisputed fight featuring WBC, WBO, Fresno's own Jose Ramirez facing off with the IBF, the WBA, UK's own Josh Taylor. This is a much anticipated matchup. I'm very excited for this matchup. This is the number one fight on my list of fights I'm much looking forward to watching in 2021, which has got off to a slow start, to say the least, due to the pandemic and due to fights that people want to see not getting made so far this year. But this is a fight that's been talked about. There's been a lot of dates that's been rumored that this fight was going to take place on, but they finally got a set date for this fight to take place on May 22nd. May is looking like a good month. Like it's going to be a busy month. A lot of good fights getting announced. So as we heard about Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders taking place 2 weeks earlier, May 8th. Now this fight is going to be a great matchup between Ramirez and Josh Taylor. Both guys are undefeated. So somebody old must go. Somebody old is got to go for sure. It's going down May 22nd. Now the venue has yet to be determined, but they're saying that they're looking to put this fight in Las Vegas. I find that kind of hard to believe that they're going to have a fight in Vegas as early as May 22nd. I think it'll be more towards the summertime, winter time before they'll be having sporting events in Las Vegas. Now, if they do have it in Vegas, it'll be limited capacity. They won't be able to have a full capacity, that's for sure. Not by May 22nd, but this is going to be a good matchup. Josh Taylor, unlike the last several fights that we watched of UK fighters, he seems to have a lot of dog in him. He's got a lot of dog in him. He ain't got no quit. He's not going to lay down. He don't mind getting into a phone booth, toe-to-toe battle, as he showed in the Regis Prograis fight, where he bit down on his mouthpiece and really out-dogged Regis Prograis to win a very close competitive decision in the UK. And he's going to have to do that again against Jose Ramirez, who is the ultimate bulldog, who is the ultimate guy that don't mind getting his hands dirty, getting down in the mud. He don't mind doing that. And he's gonna try to make this fight a very fight of test of wheels, test of it's gonna be a lot of soul searching going on in this fight between Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. Much looking forward to this matchup. And it's going to boil down to this, man. A lot of people are going to be probably picking Josh Taylor to win this fight, and I do give him the slight edge. But I just remember the last time Jose Ramirez was in a fight that he was the slight underdog, and that was against Maurice Hooker, when he went to Maurice Hooker's hometown of Dallas, Texas, and stopped Maurice Hooker, dominated Maurice Hooker like Maurice Hooker had never been dominated throughout his boxing career. And you have to give Jose Ramirez his credit for doing that. Now, his last fight, he fought a different type of fighter in Victor Postal. Some people thought he lost that fight. I thought he squeaked that fight out 7 rounds to 5, but it was a couple of close rounds, a couple of swing rounds that I could see people would have picked those swing rounds to Victor Postal. Maybe he would have got the decision. But it was a very different fighter than he fought in the Maurice Hooker fight, because Maurice Hooker is a guy that's a boxer and a very technical, but it likes to be more of an aggressive, more of an offensive-minded fighter. And Victor Postal is more defensively responsible, a guy that has a little bit more robotic than Maurice Hooker, but a guy that don't mind fighting off the back foot. And I thought he was able to kind of tame Jose Ramirez at times during that fight, and he put up a very good fight, man, and he gave a good account of himself. And like I said, he won the fight in some people's eyes, not in my eyes. So we'll see what happens. If the Jose Ramirez that shows up against that fought Victor Postal shows up, Josh Taylor is going to beat him, and he's going to probably beat him quite comfortably in this fight. Now, if the Jose Ramirez that showed up against the Maurice Hooker comes to fight, then we're looking at a fight of the year type of candidate for 2021. Now, I think it's going to boil down to can Josh Taylor get Jose Ramirez respect? Because Jose Ramirez is going to bring the pressure. But if Josh Taylor can hit him with something early to get his respect and kind of make him a little bit more hesitant to come in, I think that's going to play into Josh Taylor's hand. I think he's going to be able to outbox and out execute and just land the superior shots. I think he is the more technical fighter. He has more tools in the toolbox than Jose Ramirez, and he'll be able to pretty much control him from a controlled distance and pretty much beat him to the punch and land the more effective punches. And that'll pay dividends and pretty much produce a decision win, or maybe even I don't see him stopping Jose Ramirez, but that'll produce a decision win for Josh Taylor. Now, if he can't hurt Jose Ramirez, and Jose Ramirez puts pressure on him and gets him on the ropes, and you see this fight spent with Josh Taylor back to the ropes, and the majority of this fight, then this is going to be a Jose Ramirez type of fight, and you can look for Jose Ramirez to win either the decision or maybe a late stoppage over Josh Taylor. So it's going to be a good fight, man. It's going to be a real good matchup, and this is, like I say, this is my favorite fight so far of 2021. So hopefully we'll get some other fights announced later on. Hopefully we get Crawford, Porter. I'm hearing Pacquiao, Mikey Garcia is close. Hopefully we sometime in the near future we're going to get Fury, AJ. They've been talking for the last several months about we're 2 weeks away. The fight's going to get announced next week, and still nothing announced yet. But I'll assume that fight will get announced either this week or next week, hopefully. So it's looking good for boxing right now, man. But this is going to be a good matchup, man. A very, very good matchup. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the undercard for this fight, man. But I like this matchup between Ramirez and Josh Taylor. We'll see what happens, and we will damn sure see what transpires in this particular matchup. And the good thing about this fight is Top Rank is going to have this fight on ESPN. Won't be on ESPN pay-per-view. They say they will put it on ESPN Plus, but it will be on free cable. Not free. That's kind of like an oxymoron. It's not, you're paying the cable bill, so it's not free, but it won't be on pay-per-view. So, it's be part of your basic cable package. So I'm very much looking forward to this particular matchup. Now, Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao is talking about fighting in May 2. So you got May 8th for Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders, May 22nd for Taylor and Ramirez. Maybe Top Rank, that was maybe motivation for them to come out and announce this date today. But they was hearing rumblings about Garcia and Pacquiao fighting in May, and they wouldn't fight May 8th. I was hearing either May 22nd or May 29th. Now that Ramirez and Taylor's got the May 22nd date, will that play any kind of hindrance to Mikey Garcia and Pacquiao getting announced on that date, or maybe they go a week later to May 29th. That remains to be seen, but the first they got to officially get that fight done, and then they can worry about the dates of that fight. But Mikey Garcia was on ES News saying that the fight would more likely be in May. So I'm thinking more like May 29th. That could be the date for that fight. Now, I think it's another big fight. I can't remember, it's in my mind, but I heard another big fight they was talking about putting on May 29th too. So maybe, I don't know if it's as big as Ramirez-Taylor, which is low-key a tremendous matchup. Won't get the publicity of Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, obviously, and won't get the publicity of Manny Pacquiao, Mikey Garcia. But it's a much more significant fight than Pacquiao Garcia, because you got 4 belts on the line, and it's just as significant as Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders, which is a unification matchup. But this here is for undisputed, for head supremacy of 140 pounds. Whoever win out of Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders still can't say they're undisputed until they defeat IBF champion Caleb Plant. So that's why this fight is probably slightly more significant than the Canelo Alvarez Billy Joe Saunders fight. So let me know your thoughts about this particular matchup. It's going to boil down to, can Jose Ramirez walk through the shots of Josh Taylor? Can Josh Taylor get his respect early to keep Jose Ramirez off of him? If he's not able to do that, then I can see him having a lot of problems with Jose Ramirez's pressure. But if he's able to get his respect early and make Jose Ramirez a little bit more hesitant, then I look for a win for Josh Taylor. Let me know your thoughts on who you like in this particular matchup between Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. Do you like it by decision, the winner, or do you like it by stoppage? If you like it by stoppage, let me know which round you think the fight ends in. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.